us. Welcome to the Graduate Program's Open House. We're so glad you're here. My name is Jasmine Ham, and I am the Scholarships Manager in Financial Aid. Please type your questions in the Zoom Q&A box at any point during the presentation. We'll also have an opportunity for questions at the end. We'll go over today the definition of financial aid, how to apply for financial aid and eligibility, the types of financial aid, cost of attendance, and helpful advice and tips. We'll also provide our contact information. First, the definition of financial aid. Financial aid is an umbrella term that includes any funding that does not come from you. Gift money includes grants or scholarships that do not need to be repaid. Loans are borrowed money to be paid based usually with interest. Work award is money earned as payment for a job on campus. Financial aid comes from federal, state, universities, and private sources such as employers, churches, and scholarship foundations. Applying for financial aid. To apply for financial aid, you begin by completing the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA, on studentaid.gov. The FAFSA determines a student's eligibility for financial aid. Students beginning in spring 2026 or summer 2026 should complete the 2025-2026 FAFSA, and students beginning in fall 2026 should complete the 2026-2027 FAFSA. To complete the application, create an FSA ID and sign electronically. If you have an FSA ID from undergrad, you can use the same username and password. Income information is based on your 2023 income and taxes for the 2025-2026 FAFSA and your 2024 income taxes for the 2026-2027 FAFSA. The school code is easy to remember. It's 001234, and the FAFSA must be completed each year. The only semester we require the summer financial aid application is summer, and the application will be found on our website. Each college has their own scholarship application except the College of Business Administration. You can complete and submit your college's scholarship application. The department scholarship applications apply to fall and spring, and you can indicate by checking the appropriate boxes. And I'll delve more into that a little bit later. To qualify, you must be a U.S. citizen or eligible non-citizen, have a high school diploma or equivalent, have a valid Social Security number, be enrolled in an eligible degree-seeking program or eligible non-degree credential program, be enrolled at least half-time. Graduate degree-seeking students' half-time is 3 units or more, and non-degree credential students' half-time is 6 units or more. Maintain satisfactory academic progress to continue being eligible for financial aid, and not be in default on federal student loans or federal grants. We'll move into grants and scholarships. The following grants are mainly for teachers, and we want to acknowledge the teacher shortage and the funding opportunities available for teachers in the field. The Teach Grant provides grants up to $4,000 a year to students who are completing or planning to complete coursework for a career in teaching. To be eligible, you must complete the FAFSA, be an eligible U.S. citizen or eligible non-citizen, sign a Teach Grant agreement to serve. Some of the conditions are to teach in a high-need field, at an elementary school or secondary school that serves students from low-income families, and work for 4 complete academic years within 8 years after completing your course of study. If you don't meet the requirements of your service obligation, all Teach grants you receive will be converted to direct unsubsidized loans. You must repay these loans in full with interest charged from the date of each Teach grant disbursement. This is a great program with money you do not have to repay if you meet the service obligation. If, as an undergraduate student, you received a Cal Grant within the last 15 months, you may be eligible to renew for 1 additional year with the Cal Grant TCP or Teacher Credential Program. Teacher candidates who received a Cal Grant A or B within the last 15 months and are enrolled in a Teacher Credential Program may be eligible to renew their Cal Grant for 1 additional year. So you would complete Form G44 and return it to the California Student Aid Commission. And you would also complete the FAFSA. Once you complete the form, the California Student Aid Commission or CSAC will notify LMU if you are eligible. Another great program is the Golden State Teacher Grant Program with a one-time award up to $10,000. You submit a FAFSA or California Dream application, and students are working towards a preliminary teaching or pupil personnel services credential. Students are committed to working at a priority school in California for 2 years. Students must maintain good academic standing, and applications are now open. So we'll go into LMU grants and scholarships. So there are departmental grant and scholarship applications. Each graduate college awards institutional grants and scholarships. Make sure to complete an application and submit directly to your college. As I mentioned, the only college that does not require an application is the College of Business Administration. Students can apply for institutional grants, scholarships without completing the FAFSA unless their program requires it, and the application is available on our website. The California Teacher Ministry Scholarship. Students who work full-time as Catholic school teachers, administrators, or parish administrators are eligible to apply. Students must submit their department's graduate scholarship application with proof of employment. Award amounts are $1,000 per 3-unit class, $2,000 maximum per semester, or $5,000 maximum per academic year. Catholic clergy or members of Catholic religious orders from developing countries may apply for full tuition assistance to obtain 1 master's or doctoral degree in any field of study at LMU. Interested applicants should submit a copy of their R1 visa to the Graduate Admission Office, along with a 1-page statement of intent. Award amounts can be up to 100% of tuition. Religious scholarship applicants must be a member of the Catholic clergy or Catholic religious orders. Applicants must be a U.S. citizen, and applicants should provide proof of membership in a Catholic religious order or proof of clergy, along with their scholarship application to their department, and award amounts can be up to 25% of tuition. We'll move into applying for outside scholarships. Outside scholarships are free monies awarded by outside organizations or private donors that you do not have to repay. Applying for outside scholarships is a great way to minimize your out-of-pocket college expenses. When applying for scholarships online, it is essential to ensure that you submit your information on a secure site which encrypts your personal information and provides enhanced cybersecurity. We've included a few credible online scholarship sources, and we encourage students to search for outside scholarships, and it's important to guard your personal information. Remember, you do not have to pay for a scholarship. When you become admitted as an LMU student, you can apply for outside scholarships on the LMU Scholarship Universe portal. Scholarship Universe is our LMU matching scholarship system that maximizes your scholarship opportunities. Students create an academic profile, and that profile matches you with various outside scholarship opportunities. You can also apply and track your scholarships right in the system. We even send reminders to complete tasks. To apply, visit our website. The scholarships you see in Scholarship Universe have been vetted, so you know they are legitimate. We'll move into federal direct loans. Unsubsidized loans are available to graduate degree seeking students and eligible non-degree credential students. Degree seeking students can borrow up to $20,500 for the academic year. Non-degree credential students can borrow up to $12,500 for the academic year. The academic year consists of fall, spring, and summer. Students must be enrolled at least half-time. We've included the aggregate loan limits. The aggregate loan limit is $138,500 for graduate degree seeking students, $57,500 for independent non-degree credential students. The current interest rate is 7.94% with a loan fee of 1.057%, and interest begins on the date dispersed, not the date awarded. Students must also complete a master promissory note and entrance counseling at studentaid.gov. Graduate Plus loans are only available to graduate degree seeking students, not non-degree seeking students. Students may borrow up to the cost of attendance minus other aid awarded such as unsubsidized loans and scholarships, grants, or work awards. This is a credit-based loan, so you must be credit eligible. Students must be enrolled at least half-time. No payments are required while in school. The current interest rate is 8.94% with a loan fee of 4.228%. The interest is fixed annually and begins on the date the loan is dispersed. It is important to remember that each loan has its own master promissory note and entrance counseling on studentaid.gov. We encourage students to utilize federal direct loans instead of private loans. With federal direct loans, the interest rate is fixed annually in June. There's no credit history or cosigner needed for unsubsidized loans. Benefits include lower interest rates, which may increase over time with private loans. There's a repayment grace period of 6 months and various repayment options such as income-driven repayment. There are also forbearance and deferment options and loan forgiveness. We understand that not everyone can go the federal direct loan route, and private alternative loans are an option. These are provided by commercial lenders. You may have heard of Wells Fargo, Chase, or Sallie Mae, and these are not supported by state or federal funds. They require a credit check, maximum loan amounts, qualifications, repayment plans, and interest rates vary from lender to lender. We encourage borrowers to carefully evaluate the interest rates and repayment terms so they are informed borrowers. There are new loan limits under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act sets new loan limits for graduate students effective July 1st, 2026. The annual federal direct unsubsidized student loan borrowing limit will remain unchanged, $20,500, with a new lifetime borrowing limit of $100,000. The Graduate Plus loan will be discontinued. Students starting graduate school before July 1st, 2026 may be eligible for the Graduate Plus loan under current rules. We do not automatically add a work award, and requesting one is very simple. Graduate students interested in a part-time position as a graduate assistant, research assistant, or a teaching assistant can search for available positions online. Students can earn between $2,000 to $3,200 per academic year. Your paycheck can be applied toward tuition expenses or used to assist with other educational expenses. And students interested in a work award should complete and submit a revision request form available on the Financial Aid Office website, and will get you awarded. There are misconceptions about what students are paying and how it's made up, so we'll take a few moments to explain what makes up the cost of attendance. The cost of attendance is a college's total estimated expenses for one academic year, which includes fall and spring. This includes tuition, food and housing, books and supplies, transportation, federal loan fees, and miscellaneous expenses. A school's cost of attendance is used to determine each student's eligibility for financial aid, including grants, scholarships, loans, and work study awards. The example shown here is for the School of Education and is based on 6 units per term. The direct expenses are what is charged to a student's account or what you have to pay to the university. Note that a parking permit is additional. The cost of attendance also includes indirect expenses, what the university has estimated what it costs to attend fall and spring. The total cost of attendance for a student taking 6 units per term is $58,729. If the student wants to borrow only tuition and fees, which are the direct expenses being charged to the student's account, they would borrow $20,912. Your cost of attendance may be higher depending on your program of study and the number of units you enroll in. You can see the cost of attendance by college in the graduate section of our website. Some helpful tips. Check your email frequently. We will send emails to your Lion email address. Loan borrowers, don't forget to complete the Master Promissory Note and entrance counseling for unsubsidized loans and Graduate Plus loans, and be sure to complete for each loan. Complete your department's scholarship application. Register FinAid at lmu.edu with your spam checker. Ask questions and research. And feel free to reach out and give us a call. We want to ensure all of your questions are answered. We've also included our contact information for the Financial Aid Office. We're available via email, phone, fax, Twitter, on our website, and our lines are open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And we're so excited to hear from you. We're going to open up questions. If you have a question of a more private nature, please feel free to send it to me. Send me your name directly, and then we can schedule a Zoom meeting to address your question more privately. Thank you so much.
Does anyone have any questions that we could answer? There were a few that came through that I thought maybe it's a good idea to share with everyone. So there was someone asking, if we begin this coming spring, does the new Big Beautiful Bill apply to me? No, the Big Beautiful Bill does not it becomes effective on July 1st of 2026. So really it would be for students starting next fall, beginning fall of 2026. And then someone had a different question. Oh, yes, at the graduate level, they had a question regarding financial need. So at the graduate level, students don't receive need-based loans. They only receive non-need-based loans. Unlike the undergraduate population who are eligible for the Pell Grant, they're eligible for Cal Grants, they're eligible for the subsidized loan, which are need-based. At the graduate level, they just don't offer that anymore. The federal government did away with that a long time ago. And if you have more questions about that, I'm always happy to answer, questions. If you have questions of a more personal nature, feel free to email me. I put my email in the chat. But does anyone have a question that we could answer? If it's a general question, we're happy to answer it out loud. No? I think everyone is muted too, so make sure that you unmute yourself if you have a question that you want to ask.
It looks like you have a few in your chat. A few questions.
Let me go back.
They're asking, do they apply for individual loans?
Right. Okay, here we go. So someone is asking, in the application process to LMU, should we apply for the FAFSA and the department scholarships? So yes. So you want to definitely submit your FAFSA. You submit the FAFSA every year, and then you want to submit the scholarship application to your department. The scholarship application is available on our website at LMU, at the financial aid website. And there is a section where you download it, you complete it, and then you submit it directly to your department. So let me see if I can. So let me see if I can share. Does it allow me to share my screen? I don't know if you all can see my screen here. Are you able to see that? Jasmine?
Yes.
Okay. So if we go into this section here, you go into aid information and you go to graduate students, and then you select types of available aid. And then you'll see right here, departmental scholarships. And this is where all the applications are available for you. And so you would just click on it, complete it, and submit it directly to your college. And you'll do that once a year as well. Okay, and then another question that we have, okay, so you submit the FAFSA on or before you're accepted to the program. You feel free to submit it now. Just make sure that you use our school code, which is 001234. We hope that you attend LMU, but if for some reason you decide that you are not going to attend, nothing happens to the FAFSA. But if you decide that you're going to come to us, which we really wish that you do, it'll be available to us and we'll be able to download it as soon as you're admitted. Yeah, so these are great questions. Let me see. So do we apply for individual loans? So no, once you submit the FAFSA, you will be awarded the unsubsidized loan and the Graduate Plus loan. Now for the Graduate Plus loan, you do have to be credit worthy or credit eligible, not worthy, credit eligible. And it doesn't mean that you have to have perfect credit, but you just can't have like a bankruptcy like in the last few years to be eligible for that loan. But you are automatically awarded, and then you decide what you want to borrow. Just because we award you, $50,000 doesn't mean that you have to accept that amount. But as soon as you submit that FAFSA, we will get you awarded. Yes, so someone is asking about the One Big Beautiful Bill, and what the changes are going to be. So beginning July 1st of 2026, the loan amount for the unsubsidized loan is $20,500 for the academic year. It's not going to change for graduate students. So the academic year at LMU is considered fall, spring, and summer. That's considered our academic year. That amount isn't going to change. However, the new aggregate is going to change, and they're going to do away with the Graduate Plus loan. So you will no longer be able to utilize the Graduate Plus loan. However, if you begin in summer or this coming spring and you borrow the Graduate Plus loan,
Oh, and they have study abroad.
and you borrow the Graduate Plus loan, you will continue to be eligible because you will be grandfathered in with a population that was eligible before that Graduate Plus loan expires. So, I mean, I hope that makes sense. If not, feel free to send me an email. I put it in the chat, and I'm happy to go over it with you in more detail. Oh, for the Golden State Teacher Grant. So the timeline is actually it's a really condensed period. I would say probably about 5 to 10 business days. Once you submit it, I send it up to the college to see if you're in an eligible program. If they indicate that you are, then I go back to the Golden State Teacher Grant and I tell them, yes, the student is eligible. And then we can pull down the funds once you begin the semester. And the time frame, literally, I mean, now that they've started to do a direct deposit to students, the timeline is, I would say, under 10 days, for sure, under 10 days. So it's a really quick turnaround. So are there scholarships for the counseling programs? Yes, there are. You want to submit your college's scholarship application or scholarship grant application, submit it to the School of Education, and then they can let you know what's available. So for the Golden State Teacher Grant, yeah, you want to wait until you're admitted to LMU until you decide which semester you're attending, because the Golden State Teacher Grant does require that we indicate whether or not you're enrolled in the college or that you're at least admitted to the school. So I would wait until you're admitted, and then you can submit the Golden State application.
I have a quick question on that. They said something about it being certain subjects that you're teaching, which usually are like math and science. So if you're teaching English with that at a low income school, would that qualify?
So yes, so for the Golden State Teacher Grant Program, you just have to be working on your preliminary teaching credential to be eligible. I think what you're referring to is the federal Teach Grant, where they do require certain subjects.
Okay.
I don't know if English is one of them, but I would suspect that it is, since we do have a high level of where we teach students as a second language. We teach a lot of students as a second language.
Exactly.
So I suspect that it is an eligible program.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Sure. So yes, the Golden State Teacher Grant is awarded only once. You receive a flat amount of $10,000. Once you utilize that $10,000, then that is the end of what you will receive. It's a one-time award. If for some reason you only receive part of the award one semester, then you would be eligible to receive the remainder amount for the second semester that you're at LMU. But it is a one-time amount of $10,000, of up to $10,000.
Oh, it does say only high need fields such as math, science, or special education.
On the Golden State Teacher?
That is for the federal grant, Teach Grant.
Right. Yeah, for the federal grant, that's right.
Right.
That's
They're not saying English, but that's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, the Golden State Teacher Grant is a little different than the federal.
Right.
What's great about the Golden State Teacher Grant is that if you're going into the counseling field in a school, you're also eligible, where that is not the case for the federal Teach Grant. So that is a wonderful new additive that they did several years back for the Golden State Teacher Grant to make it more inclusive of a larger population.
That's great.
Does anyone have any other questions that we can answer? Can I use veteran beneficiary? Yes, you can, absolutely. We do have someone in the office of the registrar that coordinates the veteran grants. So yes, you can definitely use your veteran benefits at LMU. Okay, so this concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for attending. We really enjoyed having you, and we look forward to seeing all of you at LMU, maybe next semester or maybe in the summer. Okay, have a